I woke up in intensive care. My eyes were swollen shut, I couldn't see. My jaw was wired closed, and there was a hole in my throat, so I couldn't eat, I couldn't speak, I couldn't drink. And there was a machine forcing air through the hole in my throat, so I couldn't even breathe for myself. But I could hear everything. And I searched through all the noises of a busy intensive care unit for any sign about what was happening or likely to happen to me. And then a machine would beep loudly. I couldn't see, and I didn't know what it was. And I thought that maybe I was going to die. But somebody would come and they would reset the alarm and move away silently. And the doctors would come around the bed and they would discuss my case in great detail with each other in a language that I didn't understand. And then they too would just quietly go away. And at night, nurses would come and they would attend to the IV lines that fed and hydrated and medicated me, and they would take notes, I suppose, and read things. And they attended to my physical needs with skill deficiency, but they never saw, they never acknowledged my emotional wounds, except for one special nurse. Every time he came in to look after me, he would lean close to my face and put his hand on my shoulder. And I could see through the slits in my eyes the outline of him, and he would call me by name. And then he would tell me what he was going to be doing that day. And then he did something that not one other person did for the 3 weeks that I was on life support. He talked to me like a human being. He would talk about everyday things as he went about cleaning my wounds, cleaning my body, washing me, changing my clothes, checking my IV lines. He would talk about things like what kind of a day it was outside, or who would come to visit me while I was asleep. He talked about common everyday things, and it didn't take him a moment longer than it might have taken otherwise. People are so afraid that if you make a human connection with the patient, that it's going to take too much time. It took him no extra time. And yet, 20 years later, it was 20 years ago that I had a multi-trauma accident that nearly killed me and kept me in hospitals for 17 years. But I remember him, and every time I speak, I tell the story of this nurse, this wonderful man, and how much his touch that didn't hurt, that wasn't efficient, how much that meant to me, how much telling me what the weather was like outside, or telling me a little anecdote about something that was on the news, anything like that reminded me that I was more than a broken body. And I will never forget him. And it's 20 years. And I still feel the gratitude of that more deeply than I can express to you.